A CBSE student downloaded his class 12 physics answer sheet and discovered it wasn't even his paper. When Vedant spoke about it online, several right-wing handles abused him and called him a Pakistani. Then another student discovered the answer sheet in his name was not in his handwriting. And these students are not alone. Students from across India are reporting crash portals, failed payments, and shockingly low marks, especially in physics and chemistry. The situation has become so serious that IIT experts had to be brought in for emergency intervention. One of India's biggest examination systems is now under a cloud. The CBSE has several questions to answer. Did CBSE award its on-screen marking contract to a company that's already linked to a major examination controversy in Telangana? The CBSE has several questions to answer. Why did the CBSE not do a single regional trial before rolling out the new system? Why was the board in a tearing hurry to implement digital evaluation? And why is the board continuously denying an ethical hacker's claim that the system was deeply flawed? Let me explain. Our job as journalists is to ask questions and not be like Ashok Srivastav, a Doordarshan news anchor who called Vedant a Pakistani. Let Me Explain is a show that not just explains but believes in asking tough questions. And that's because we aren't funded by any government or political entity but by you. If you find my show helpful and informative, then show your support. Contribute to the show by donating any amount of your choice, or you could become a subscriber of the News Minute. Here's also a quick reminder to tell you that LME has now gotten a step closer to you. We now have a WhatsApp channel. You can follow the channel for what happens behind the scene, for also other explainers, and most importantly, recommendations from the Let Me Explain team. CBSE introduced the on-screen marking system this year as a major reform. Instead of physical answer sheets being checked at evaluation centers, copies would now be scanned, uploaded, and marked digitally through an online portal. Now, CBSE claimed the system would reduce human error and eliminate totaling mistakes, speed up results, and make evaluation more transparent. But here's where things get interesting. Documents accessed by us show that the tender for this massive overhaul was floated only in November 2025. Now, two companies cleared the technical criteria: Hyderabad-based Coemt EduTech Private Limited and TCS, that's Tata Consultancy Services. CBSE has never publicly disclosed who finally got the contract, but eventually Coemt got the contract. And Coemt has a past. The company was previously known as Globarina Technologies Private Limited, a name many in Telangana will remember from the 2019 intermediate exam fiasco. That year, lakhs of students reported discrepancies in results, and at least 20 students died by suicide amid the crisis. Their CEO, VSN Raju, had at the time told the News Minute that these kind of errors happen every year, but things were being politicized. Now, the obvious question is this: why was a company linked to one of India's worst exam controversies associated with another high-stakes national rollout? And why the rush? As I said, CBSE floated the tender for the on-screen marking in November 2025. By Feb 2026, CBSE had already announced the nationwide rollout of OSM. According to this Hindustan Times report, governing body members had recommended regional pilot projects before implementation. But CBSE allegedly ignored the suggestion. There was reportedly just one pilot in Delhi involving around 100 teachers in Jan 2026. And this was followed by a single training session in Feb for nearly 2 lakh teachers. Even after complaints that the system was unstable and difficult to use, CBSE just pushed ahead. Large technological transitions are usually gradual. Pilot projects, stress tests, external audits, backup systems. But CBSE appears to have transformed one of India's biggest examination systems all at once. That is risky governance, especially in a country where digital infrastructure remains deeply unequal. So again, why the hurry? And now to the security threats to the system itself. 19-year-old Nisarga Adhikari, an ethical hacker, checked the on-screen marking system in Feb itself. He found it easy to bypass the OTP authentication, reset passwords, impersonate examiners, and even alter marks. Nisarga says he immediately wrote to CERT, India's Computer Emergency Response Team, but got just a standard response. Now, Nisarga published his findings in a blog only recently after the results were out. And CBSE flatly denied the allegations and said that the code Nisarga used was from a testing site. Nisarga's claims have been verified by other professional hackers, but all that we got from CBSE is a denial, not a promise to probe. And now suddenly, one terrifying question is hanging over India's biggest school board. How many students are actually affected? Let me also run you through how events actually panned out. On paper, CBSE's idea sounded modern. But almost immediately, after Class 12 results were announced, complaints began flooding social media. Students alleged unexpectedly low marks, particularly in physics and chemistry. CBSE's own data showed that Class 12 pass percentage dropped by over 3% compared to last year. Now, a tougher evaluation standard by itself is not necessarily unfair. Boards can tighten marking schemes. But what transformed concern into outrage was when students began applying for scanned copies of their answer sheets. A few students said the answer sheets they applied for were not even theirs. Like Moksh, who said that after getting 33 out of 80, he applied for his answer sheet. And he was shocked to find it was not his. Or even Sanjana, who also received somebody else's answer sheet in somebody else's handwriting. Some students have reported receiving blurred scans where handwriting was barely visible. Then came the allegation that exploded online. A student named Vedant said physics answer sheet uploaded under his roll number did not belong to him at all. CBSE eventually acknowledged an error and later shared what it said was the correct answer sheet. That changed everything. Students began asking a terrifying question. If one answer sheet could be mismatched, how many others could have been affected? And remember, this is not a small internal school exam. These are board exams that determine college admissions, scholarships, eligibility criteria, competitive exam qualifications, and in some cases, even entire career trajectories. For engineering aspirants especially, a difference of even 5 marks can decide admissions. What made matters worse was the condition of the re-evaluation infrastructure itself. Students encountered repeated portal crashes, failed logins, payment gateway failures, duplicate deductions, and inaccessible servers. Some students never received answer copies. Others were charged incorrect amounts. The portal simply could not handle the demand. The Union Education Ministry had to intervene. IIT Madras and IIT Kanpur experts were deployed. 4 public sector banks were brought in to strengthen the payment systems. Now think about this. Just think about how serious this actually is. Teachers and evaluators also complained about poor scan quality and that they struggled with blurred images and technical instability while checking answer scripts. Now imagine evaluating hundreds of physical derivations or chemistry numericals on a glitchy screen instead of paper. This matters enormously in subjects like physics and maths, where students often solve problems creatively. So even if the software functions perfectly, the evaluation philosophy itself has completely changed. And that's the bigger debate emerging now. Did CBSE introduce a technological solution without fully understanding its educational consequence? Because education is not just data processing. Now, CBSE has not denied all concerns. The board has acknowledged certain technical issues, extended deadlines, promised refunds, and initiated corrective action. But the credibility damage is already done, because students no longer see this as an isolated inconvenience. They see it as proof that institutions governing their futures may not be as competent as advertised. Now, before we sign off, remember, stories like these are possible only with your support. If you'd like to help us keep the show going the way it is, then scan the QR code on your screen and support our work. And thank you so much for being part of our journey so far.